Hey art friends! Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our two ways that we can paint shapes. So today we're going to be using just the primary colors. We're going to be using red, yellow, and blue. And there are two ways that you can paint shapes using a paintbrush. So the first way I'm going to show you is the blob method. And to do this, we're going to, of course, use our paintbrush, holding it about in the middle. We're just going to get paint on the very tip of the brush because that is the only part that should be touching the paint or the paper. So I'm just going to dip it in, no drips, on my paintbrush. And to do the blob method, if I want to paint a square, I'm just going to start painting back and forth or up and down. So there's two ways. I started up and down, and then I'm going to go back and forth to fill it in a little bit more. Now I'm running out of paint a little bit, so I need to go back and tap it in, and then I can paint a little bit more until I get a square or rectangle shape. And you can do this with any shape. You can try the same thing with a circle or a rectangle or a triangle or any other shape until you've got what looks like a pretty good square. So you can see I've used the blob method here to paint a square. Now the other way that I want to show you is the outline method. So when I do this, I have to kind of first imagine where the shape is going to be in my mind. I like to kind of pretend to trace it out. And then I'm going to dip my paintbrush in the paint. I'm going to outline the top and the bottom. And then I'm just going to add two more outlines on the other side. So I painted back and forth first. This time I'm going to paint up and down. And so this is another way to make a square. So I could leave it like this with just the outline, or I could go back in and paint it with the same color red, or I could wait for the next color to come. And maybe I want to fill in the inside. Let me get a new brush with another color. So I'm going to tap into my blue, and then I'm just going to paint on the inside of my square with another color. So I could fill in the whole thing like this. So you can see there's a lot of different ways to make shapes with your paintbrush. I'd like to explore a couple of those different ways today when you are painting.